Hello again. I just thought I'd do a bit of a background video, so that, I haven't really explained in the first couple of videos the reason I'm here and how I got here, and, you know. I grew up with an alcoholic mother. I'm one of, well, I've got an older sister, a younger sister, and a younger brother. I don't speak to them anymore. I do my drinking, but that's what it does. I suppose I was, if you look at it in a way, I was like my mum's favourite. She'd take me to pubs, chuck me a packet of crisps, coke, go and play pool. Or she'd meet her man and all that, And I suppose it was just, it's one of those, I think I had that chemical in me. I was always going to have a problem with drink. I think I inherited that from my mother, and I don't think I was seeing, as a child, seeing that, that we did have a rough upbringing, not just me, we all witnessed it as children. My mum used to smash the house up, stuff like that, and, I ended up in boarding school in 1990. Yeah, that wasn't nice, all boys boarding school. Spent 2 years there, and then I left 1992, May 92. And then, you're young, you're doing whatever other sort of, 16-year-olds do then, I grew up in a place just above Woolacombe in North Devon in England, called Morto. A lovely place, and yeah, the drinking back then, we started going to the pubs like when we were 16, me and my mates and that, we were having pints when we were 16, sat in the games room and that, you just better get it back then. Better get it, no problem. We used to go down the hotels and climb over the bars when the restaurants were shut, and we used to go in and we used to nick all whatever we could. Drambuie was the one I remember from this hotel we went in. Yeah, we got that and drank that. God, I've woken up in wheelie bins, fields, and that's at 16, 17 years old, yeah, and then sort of I suppose as time went on, I got to 18, and then, then it was going to clubs, and I'd always had an issue with drink, I knew that because, I used to hang about on, corner shop in Western-super-Mare back in 93, and you'd be on a 2020, with your mates, and I'd always want something stronger, one time I got tequila, and my girlfriend at the time came and she threw it away. But yeah, so time went on, it developed over quite a period of time. But the drinking was never sort of getting up in the morning and drinking. It was like, going out at nights, going to the pub with your mates, But I could never handle drink. Could never handle it. And as I sort of went on in my 20s, I was always getting in fights, got in trouble with the police. I've got a criminal record because of it. I've got a phrase, I've got all sorts of stuff on there. Even GBH, it's nothing to be proud of. But there's different types of alcoholics. There's a lot of people sort of think, an alcoholic's just a guy who sits on a park bench and, sips on a bottle of like vodka all day, or a bottle of White Lightning cider or something like that, but it's not. There's many different forms of alcoholics. So I describe myself as a functioning alcoholic, where, my problem was, I'd work in the day, I'd work in the day, and then it's the evenings, even in my 20s, you get home from work, you go to the pub, with your mates, and it was, every night of the week, all the time, and then sort of, as you sort of come out of your 20s, and then you're in your 30s, and, a lot of some friends and that were doing normal stuff like getting married and, you know, having kids and all that. And I don't know, I just, you know, just carried on, you know, just thought you know, I'm alright, didn't have an addiction, but I've always been recognised as having a problem with alcohol. Always been recognised as having a problem with alcohol. And I do think that stems from a lot to do with my mum. A lot to do with my mum, yeah. I mean, she used to, you know, used to take me out. She'd be pissed out of her head, like, you know, take me dad's car and I'd be in the front, she'd be driving through country lanes like 70 miles an hour, like, you know. Dad thinks he can drive, you know. You know, I look back on it now and I think, Jesus fucking Christ. What was she thinking, you know? But because you're viewing that, you're seeing it as a child, like, it's just, you know, I mean, it's, I can't explain it. I can't explain it, but I'm trying not to mix myself up here, but because I'm going from younger to older. So, obviously my drinking developed over years, and, you know, it's lost me a lot. Girlfriends, friends, family. Yeah, it destroys you. It destroys you. It destroys, you know. But yeah, it destroys relationships. It's just a nightmare. But I'll skip forward. Like, you know, my drinking. I mean, back in 2015 when I was working for a company and that, I started drinking at work. You know, I'd stop in night on the way to work at 8:30 in the morning, mind. 8:30, and pick up like 4 cans of Thatchers. I'll be going somewhere like Sherborne or something down Dorset or something like that, just, you know, drinking can of Thatchers, like, you know, have 4 Thatchers, you know. Because I worked on my own and I went and done like routine maintenance and stuff like that back then. It was just easy, you know. It's just like you kind of got away with it, you know. When I did, you know, I did lose my parent. I lost my dad in 2014. I lost my mum in 2015. But the thing is, I was like, oh yeah, well that's an excuse to drink, innit? Lost my parents. Go out and get a bottle of Jack Daniels, you know. And you do, you know. You just don't realise it at the time, you know. And that's how my drinking's been for like 30 years. Just hell, really, you know. It's horrible. I mean, I've been, you know, involved with alcohol, like, through my mum. I mean, she's dead now. Like, you know, she died of alcohol. She died at 59. It killed her. She had the body of like an 80-year-old when she died. You know, they couldn't even operate her on her own hospital. They just like let her die. And that's what it does to you. But fuck me, I tell you now, right? My brain, right, is like, it's just. It just don't feel my own at the moment, you know. I've got to wait another 5 days to, well, obviously, like I say, I'm 7 days in to my sobriety, and I know in my heart of hearts, this is it. I know, you know, there's no switch to go back. The chain's already broke. It's just my journey now to get myself back, my life, me, who I am, you know. And I'm not scared like I was before. I mean, I hit, as I said in past videos, I hit like AA back in 2013. Done it for a bit, didn't work, and again in 2015, and went into a dry house. You know, went to a dry house in Western-super-Mare in England, like, you know, 2 weeks. You know, I drank in that 2 weeks, you know. I ended up going in town and, like, you know, ended up in this nightclub, like. And back then I felt like, Christ, I'm like, all kids, you know. But I continued. I left there and just thought, oh yeah, you know, I can do it on my own, and you can't do it on your own. It's just, you know. I mean, I work, you know, put it this way, I got a business partner now. My drinking is, I'll tell you quickly, my drinking is, I'll finish work, then the pub, 3 points. Leave the pub, pick up a 10 bag of weed, 8 cans, come home and just sit in my kitchen and drink and get absolutely wasted. I mean, what's the point in that? I mean, you know? Well, I got my business partner at work, you know, and one day I said, you know, I've been before my first, it's the 1st of February 2022. That's when my sobriety started, and prior to that, I was like getting up in the morning and I was like puking, like, but nothing was coming up, just retching. I used to got in one day, like, you know, this is how you lie to yourself as an alcoholic. It's how much you lie to yourself as an alcoholic, right? I went out, I was like, Stu, you know, fucking, I'm being sick every morning, right? I'm telling you now, mate, it's that 5G tower at the back of my house. It's that 5G tower. I reckon it's beaming in. Honestly, I'm not puking anything up. It's just like coming out saliva and all that. And he don't drink, you know. And he turned around to me and he said, "Are you sure it's not the 3 pints at the pub, a £10 bag a week, and the 8 cans you're drinking every night?" I mean, he knows, obviously, he's my mate. But you're in denial. Just in complete and utter denial. You blame it on anything, you know. No, it's not me drinking. 5G tower. I mean, what the hell? But yeah, so, you know, there's a little bit of, I'm not massively great at explaining myself. I sort of lose myself in sort of things, but I hope that gives you a little bit of insight into my sort of drinking. And, you know, I'm not, like I said, I would refer to myself as a functional alcoholic, you know. You know, I can drink like that and smoke like that and then get up in the morning and go to work. But like, you just get to a point in your life. I mean, I did. Certain things happen to sort of make you look at yourself sometimes, you know. And it is hard. It's hard to. No one who's never had an alcohol problem can explain anything about alcohol. All right. But I will say one thing: it is picking up that first drink is your choice. Well, I ain't choosing that. I ain't making that choice to pick that drink up anymore, or go and, you know, smoke weed anymore. You know, and I'm going to continue as I am. You know, I wanted to do these blogs because they not only help me, but I hope that someone out there is maybe in the same position as I am and watches this video and goes, well, you know, yeah, wow, you know, bloody hell, that's what you got to do, and try and do this X, Y, Z. You know, you got to, because there's only one road that you're going to end up if you continue, and I can tell you that it is going to be a fucking rotten end in a gutter. You know, it's. I mean, I've been there plenty of times. You know, bag of clothes. You know, nothing to my name. Living with other alcoholics and dry houses, and, you know, drinking in real dodgy and spit and sawdust places, like, you know, just to get a drink. You know, yeah. I mean, a lot's happened in my life and that, you know, but you've got to deal with it. You got to deal with it in your own way. You know, I've chose to start dealing with it properly in my own way now. You know, I feel like I've had like a bit of an awakening, in a way. I don't know why, but something feels different, and I'm positive. You know, so just doing this video just to sort of give you an insight to you know, why I'm doing these blogs, who I am, how I become an alcoholic, my drinking habits and stuff like that. You know. Yeah, so, okay, well, I hope this helps anyway. You know, I do sincerely. I hope someone watches it who's in the same position, and, you know, and if you wanted to get hold of me or anything like that, just have a chat, and I don't mind. But happy days, and I'll be continuing doing the blogs.